this is what we're looking at for the interior of this particular vehicle. Very, very nice. If you're into a lighter interior. If you're not into a lighter interior, then you won't like this, which is why they make it in several different colors. So light wood trim, tan seats, black contrast dash, and then you do get piping and contrast stitching all throughout as well. So all these perforations are for the cooled seats, and then we'll just hop right in. So because it's already in remote start mode, put your foot on the brake, hit the button, and this powers on everything. And of course you do get your cooled seats, heated seats. This one being the advanced trim, you get all of those things. So, and just like in the Type S, you get the adjustable bolsters, lumbar, all that good stuff. So really nice to have that as well. Dashboard is stitched in leather, as you can see. So we'll do show and sport, and then we'll put this on the speed. And that's your gauge setup. So instead of the white face gauges, you get the black with the electroluminescent background and the LCD screen in the center, which is your helper screen and has all different information in it. I don't like these gauges nearly as much as I like the A-Spec or the Type S, but they do the job. I mean, they're gauges. So this one also does have heads-up display, which is right there. As far as how you adjust the brightness and all those different things. And I don't know if you can see it, but there, that little 0 in the windshield, that's what that is. So that lets me know my speed. It'll also put up like your GPS turns, navigation, things like that if you have something set. This one does also have the heated steering wheel, which is definitely nice in the wintertime because I hate wearing gloves while I'm driving. It doesn't feel right. It makes me feel like I'm not in as much control as I'd be if I didn't have them on. And then all of the driver's assistance features that you see here are standard. So you can control your lane centering with this button here. The button next to it does distance between you and the vehicle in front. Button all the way at the top right activates the cruise control just in general. So if you want to go ahead and set it, you'll then set your speed and your distance. And you can disable that by either hitting cancel or just putting your foot on the brake like a regular car. And you do get, of course, your widescreen display, built-in nav, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay are both going to be standard. And yeah, you do get the ELS 3D Studio system as well. One thing I'm kind of aggravated by, I don't understand why this car is an advanced model with all these amenities and I still don't have a panoramic roof. What is up with that? I mean, I don't know if it's for rigidity, if they just don't want to take out that much of the structure of the vehicle's roof. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but they gotta, I mean, come on. We at this point, you know, we gotta have something better than this. This is just, it's okay, but I mean, if I were just to take a picture of this alone and show you, you could think this was anything, any kind of car from any era of time, 10, 20 years ago even. So I don't like that. It's okay, but I don't like it. So that's gonna be pretty much it for my interior overview. It is built very well. Everything is solid. Nothing shakes, nothing really creaks or makes any unpleasant noises. Everything is soft to the touch on surfaces. Door panels are all soft touch. Now another thing. Now I'm just being a stickler at this point, because if you're gonna stitch this area here, this little tiny area, if this is gonna be stitched, why didn't you stitch the door panel? Come on. We're not talking about 20 grand here. This is not a $20,000 car here. So we're approaching $50,000. And for that, I want to rest my arm on something that's stitched. I'm sorry. Now, you do get stitching down here and down here, but if you could do it here and here, all over the dashboard, all down the front of the glove box, and over here by the start button, you definitely could have done it here, Acura. So I like your cars a lot, but this is, come on. This looks like my Civic. Like, this looks like any Honda product. Like, this looks nice, but carry it through. Just let's be consistent with what we're doing. You know, same thing with this. Why? This should have something stitched on it. This is, I mean, it's rubberized, textured, but it's not soft. And again, most people are never gonna just like, oh, let me rub my car. Like, that's not realistic, but you know, it is nice to be able to touch something and leave an imprint. You know what I mean? And feel that it's soft and, you know, it's built and put together right. You know what I mean? So I'm just pointing out little stuff that car reviewers point out. The average person is not going to give a crap about that. So just pointing things out, that's all. So another thing, this steering wheel is basically the same as the A-Spec, except it's just not flat bottomed and you don't have A-Spec or Type S right there. I really do like the flat bottom wheel, not gonna lie, it's really nice. So this is definitely a nice car, just a couple of points where they could have improved, but you can find some fault in any vehicle at any price point. So I'm not coming down on this vehicle at all. I really like this car, I really do. But I think if it were going to be my money, I'm probably going to get either the A-Spec, if you know, if I were in the market, I'd get either the A-Spec, and if I had the money, I'd definitely get the Type S. So I'm going to move this car out some so that we can go and take a look in the back seat. It's really close to this car next to me, so I don't want to ding it. So we'll just take this. One thing I really do like about these new TLXs is the lock to lock. So if you noticed, in no time at all, you can literally just boom, boom. So that's cool. It takes little effort, and you know, you can just hit a turn real quick and then you're down where you need to be. So I do really enjoy that. Now immediately I'm noticing, just even getting through this parking lot, this vehicle is a lot softer than the Type S. Obviously, it's not meant to feel the same or be the same, because what would be the point in that, right? If it felt the same and drove the same, there would be no reason to charge a premium for it. So it has to be different. This one, being the Advanced, of course, has 360 camera. And it does have automatic emergency braking for everything. And then there you have your front and rear parking sensors, which are also connected to the brakes. So if I would have continued on as if I were gonna hit that vehicle behind me, it would have done something about that. So we can go ahead and park her up real quick, and we're gonna hop in the back seat and check that out. And we'll take another look. This is a sharp car. Just the design of it, the haunches in the back, the hips, as I like to call them, like that angle right there. It's really nice. And you can even hear it's got a little growl to it. Certainly doesn't sound as good as the Type S, but again, it's not supposed to. This is for someone who wants a really nice looking premium sporty sedan that handles well, drives well. This is for you. Nice large trunk. Does have 60/40 split, so you can get longer items in there if you need to. And then battery is actually back here. Now, of course, they have it where you have jump points in the front, because this is an electronic latch on this trunk. So if you can't get into the trunk, how the heck are you supposed to get to your battery, right? Well, they thought of that. There are charge points in the front. jump points in the front. You can see the parking sensors back here, very well integrated. Parking sensors used to look horrible. You remember that back in the day? Parking sensors used to like jet off the back bumper of the car. It just looks really crazy. And like an afterthought, they do a really good job integrating them. And then these wheels, you'll notice any TLX, you'll know that it is a advanced model by these wheels. Now, the same basic wheel design carries over to the A-Spec as well as just the Tech model. It's just different colors. So on this one, you get the machine finish portion as well as the gray painted portion. So it's actually two different colors. On the A-Spec, it's a dark finish. And then on the Tech, it's a one single color, which would be the more silver. But on this one, you get the two different shades of spoke. So it's actually a 10-spoke design. Looks really nice though, it really does. And then back here, door panel materials all carry through. Got your ELS Studio 3D sound system with the aluminum speaker covers. All your stitching and stuff still carries through. I just hate this black plastic. It looks like something from FCA or Stellantis, whoever you want to address them by these days. And I don't like that. I don't want to be in an Acura and feel like the door panel came from a Charger. I just don't. So one gripe I have with your Acura on that one. But other than that, really nice interior. All the way out to here is nice and soft. So when you get in, slide in, you're not rubbing against anything that's all harsh or anything like that. And the piping carries through to the back seats as well. We'll go ahead and hop in. Door sounds super solid. Jeez. Wow, I like that. Definitely makes a good impression of quality. Now, back here for the back passengers, you do get climate vents. I would not call this a 3-zone climate control because they can't control the temperature. They can only control the airflow and the direction. So I would not call that a tri-zone, but it is definitely a true dual zone climate control. You also get your heated seats, which have 3 stages of heating. So that's 3, 2, 1, off, and then you get that for both sides. Now, another thing that is aggravating the hell out of me, this one, like I told you earlier, is not a super handling all-wheel drive model. So why is this hump right here? This should be flat. I'm sorry, if you're not pushing a drive shaft to the back wheels of the vehicle, this should be flat. There's no reason for it. This is not an all-wheel drive car. This does not need to be here. What this does is push up this middle portion of the floor and makes the person that have to sit right here in the middle seat feel like they don't even belong. Like, nobody wants to sit here. And then they have to straddle this. And then you sit like this. So you're sitting up. You have no support to your side. You feel like you're leaning side to side. There's nothing hugging you. You're just sitting on the seat. You don't feel like you're sitting in it. And that's not very comfortable. It's just not. So, one other little gripe I had, but again, these are really small things compared to the fact that this is a really, really nice car. And this is what your view is from the back seat. So, nice view of the widescreen. And this car has really, really good visibility. The A-pillars are a little bit thick, but not too bad. They're not too bad. And the cool thing is that little box right there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little black cutout. That is actually where the blind spot monitor and rear cross traffic light would indicate to you that there's someone in your path or approaching your path or in your blind spot. So the good thing with that is if it's snowing or if it's raining or your car is super dirty for whatever reason, that's not going to affect a system that's on the inside, right? So you won't ever have to worry about, oh crap, can't see my blind spot light. Is there someone in my blind spot? Obviously you could just look over your shoulder, but in today's world of cars, everything is being made easier for us, like it or not. So that is a pretty good place to have that on the inside instead of sitting on the mirror where it can be broken or damaged or covered from inclement weather. So we will go ahead and hop in. I'll grab a tag, and then we will, there's the Type S. So we'll go ahead and I'll go grab a tag, put it on, and we will get started on the test drive of the 2-liter turbo. Stay tuned.